Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone signed a deal that was supposed to change track and field forever. She was the face of a league with $30 million. Now she is owed over $350,000 that may never come. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone is one of the greatest athletes in track and field history. She is a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. She is the world record holder in the 400-meter hurdles, and she just became one of the biggest victims of the worst financial disaster in modern track history. Court documents filed in January 2026 reveal that Sydney is owed $356,250 by Grand Slam Track. That makes her the largest athlete creditor in the bankruptcy case. She was the face of the league, she was the first athlete to sign, and now she is left holding the bag as Michael Johnson's $30 million dream collapses into dust. This is the story of how Grand Slam Track went from revolutionary promise to financial disaster, and how Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone ended up at the center of the biggest betrayal in track and field. In June 2024, Michael Johnson launched Grand Slam Track. The 4-time Olympic champion promised to revolutionize the sport. The format was simple: 4 meets per year. Top athletes signed as racers with guaranteed salaries. Others competed as challengers. Everyone raced twice per weekend. Johnson promised $100,000 to winners. He claimed to have $30 million in funding. He said this would give athletes the compensation they deserved. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone was the first athlete to sign in June 2024. Fresh off her Paris Olympics gold medal and 50.37-second world record in the 400-meter hurdles, she was the perfect face for the league. Young, dominant, marketable. She called it a huge step forward for track and field. She believed athletes would finally get compensated for their hard work. She was grateful to be the first athlete, and she was excited about the future. Other stars followed. Gabby Thomas signed, Josh Kerr signed, Kenny Bednarek signed, Marilady Paulino signed. All of them were promised salaries, appearance fees, and prize money. All of them believed Grand Slam Track had the money to pay. Grand Slam Track held its first meet in Kingston, Jamaica in April 2025. The crowds were smaller than expected, but the racing was good. Sydney won the long hurdles category. Athletes were happy. The Miami meet in May had better attendance. Sydney won again. The energy was building, but behind the scenes, the money was running out. In August 2025, The Athletic revealed the truth. Grand Slam Track never had $30 million. Winners Alliance invested $13 million. But they had an option to invest another $19 million. They chose not to trigger that option, and the biggest investor that Johnson was counting on walked away. Todd Boehly owns Chelsea Football Club and the Los Angeles Dodgers. His company Eldridge Industries signed a term sheet to invest $40 million. After attending the Kingston meet, Boehly pulled out. He reneged on the signed agreement. He left Grand Slam Track with a massive hole in its budget. Michael Johnson admitted that losing a key investor in April 2025 caused a major cash flow issue. But by then, it was too late. The league had already spent millions on production, venues, travel, and athlete contracts. And the money to pay everyone was not there. Sydney tried the short hurdles and 100-meter sprint for the first time as a professional. She finished second in the 100 meters in 11.21 seconds. She was experimenting with new events, and she was looking forward to Los Angeles where she could try more events. That finale never happened. On June 12th, 2025, Grand Slam Track canceled the Los Angeles meet. The league claimed venue and broadcast issues. The real reason was money. They could not afford to stage another event. Attendance had fallen short. The league was drowning in debt. Athletes who competed in the first 3 meets were not getting paid. Vendors were not getting paid. And the promises that Michael Johnson made in June 2024 were turning into lies. In October 2025, Grand Slam Track sent out $5.5 million to athletes. But that was only half of what they owed. Athletes were told more would come. Those payments never arrived. The league sent letters to vendors offering to pay 50% of debts. Some vendors rejected the offer. They wanted full payment. Grand Slam Track did not have the money. By December 2025, Michael Johnson had no choice. On December 11th, 2025, Grand Slam Track filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The bankruptcy filing revealed the disaster. Grand Slam Track had less than $50,000 in cash. The league owed between $10 and $50 million to between 200 and 999 creditors. On December 16, 2025, the court required Grand Slam Track to list its top 20 creditors. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone is owed $356,250. She is the fifth highest creditor overall and the highest paid athlete, a reflection of both her stature in the sport and the league's reliance on star power. Her deal included prize money, appearance fees, and a signing bonus, the kind of package rarely seen in track and field. She earned $250,000 in prize money, but only received half in October, even as the season concluded and obligations piled up. Gabby Thomas is owed $249,375. Kenny Bednarek is owed $225,000. Josh Kerr is owed $218,750. Marilady Paulino is owed $211,875. 7 Olympic medalists are among the top 20 creditors, underscoring how deeply the sport's elite were tied to the venture. The top 20 creditors are owed $9.45 million. Momentum CHP Partnership is owed over $3 million for broadcast production, highlighting that the financial strain extended well beyond athletes. What makes this story painful is the betrayal. Athletes were promised something bigger than money. They were promised a league that would change track and field forever. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone rarely races. She has a very selective schedule. But she committed to Grand Slam Track because she believed in the mission. She signed as the first athlete. She promoted the league. She competed in all 3 meets. Her coach Bobby Kersey was devastated when Los Angeles was canceled. He wrote that he had watched too many promising initiatives fall short. He called on corporate partners to support the sport properly. The athletes gave time, energy, and trust. In return, they got broken promises. In January 2026, Grand Slam Track held a creditors' meeting. The league revealed it had only $7,300 in cash, against $30 million in debt. Winners Alliance provided nearly $1 million in financing to fund the bankruptcy proceedings. Michael Johnson remains employed as one of 6 staff members. And remarkably, Grand Slam Track plans to spend $400,000 on new athlete contracts for 2026 while owing millions to 2025 athletes. Creditors were furious. One said Grand Slam Track had cast aside the very people the league needs to succeed. Johnson insists he will not give up on the mission. He says the bankruptcy is necessary to restructure. But for athletes owed money, those words ring hollow. Sydney was supposed to be part of a revolution. Instead, she became part of the biggest financial disaster in modern track history.